Alrighty. Good afternoon. My name is Sharice Vickers, and I'm the Executive Director to the City of Newburgh Industrial Development Agency in connection with the project, which is the subject of this public hearing. Today, I'm holding this public hearing to allow citizens to make a public statement for the record relating to the involvement of the agency with the project for the benefit of 104 Washington Street LLC, a New York limited liability company. This meeting has been noticed and is being held virtually on the Zoom meeting platform due to the declared state disaster emergency and Governor Cuomo's executive orders. Participants have been advised how to enter this public hearing by Zoom, either by voice or video call. The proposed project consists of the following: the acquisition of an interest in an approximately 5,000 square foot parcel of real property located at 104 Washington Street, Newburgh, New York. The construction on the land of improvements consisting of an office or retail space with approximately 8 residential units, the facility, and the acquisition and installation therein and thereon of related fixtures, machinery, equipment, and other tangible personal property, collectively the equipment. The land, the facility, and the equipment hereinafter will collectively referred to as the project facility. The granting of certain financial assistance within the meaning of section 85414 of the Act with respect to the foregoing potential exemptions from certain sales and use taxes, real property taxes, real estate transfer taxes, and mortgage reporting taxes, collectively the financial assistance. And the lease with an obligation to purchase or sale of the project facility to the company or as such other person as may be designated by the company and agreed upon by the agency. I intend to provide general information on the agency's general authority and public purpose to provide assistance to this proposed project. I will then open the comment period to receive comments from all present who wish to comment on either the proposed project or the financial assistance contemplated by the agency with respect to the proposed project. The City of Newburgh Industrial Development Agency is authorized and empowered by provisions of Chapter 1030 of the 1969 laws of New York, constituting Title I of Article 18A of the General Municipal Law, Chapter 24 of the Consolidated Laws of New York, as amended, the Enabling Act, and Chapter 577 of the 1982 Laws of New York, as amended, constituting Section 913 of said General Municipal Law. Said chapter and Enabling Act being hereinafter collectively referred to as the Act. Pursuant to Section 859-A2 of the Act, prior to the agency providing any financial assistance as defined in the Act of more than $100,000 to any project, the agency, among other things, must hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 859A of the Act with respect to said project. Since the proposed financial assistance to be provided by the agency with respect to the proposed project may exceed $100,000, then prior to providing any financial assistance as defined in the Act of more than $100,000 to the proposed project, the agency must hold a public hearing on the nature and location of the project facility and the proposed financial assistance to be provided by the agency with respect to the proposed project. This is the second public hearing for the proposed project. The first public hearing was held on December 17, 2020. The executive director of the agency caused notice of the second public hearing to be mailed on May 21st, 2021 to the chief executive officers of Orange County, the City of Newburgh, and the City of Newburgh School District, and published on May 31st, 2021 in the Times Herald Record, a newspaper of general circulation available to the residents of the City of Newburgh, Orange County, New York. In addition, the executive director of the agency caused notice of the second public hearing to be posted on May 21st, 2021 on the agency's website and also on a public bulletin board located at City Hall, 83 Broadway, Newburgh, New York. Now, unless there's any objection, I'm going to suggest waiving the full reading of the notice of the second public hearing and instead request that the full text of the notice of the second public hearing be inserted into the record of the second public hearing as Schedule A. The comments received today at this second public hearing will be presented to the members of the agency at or prior prior to the meeting at which the members of the agency will consider whether to approve the undertaking of the proposed project by the agency and the granting by the agency of any financial assistance in excess of 100,000 with respect to the proposed project. So here I will allow 104 Washington Street, Philippe or Charlie, to present anything that you would like to share regarding that project. You're on mute.
Thank you, Chair and the board, for hosting us and having this public hearing. Wanted to give a brief update on the changes from the first hearing. Essentially, the project has morphed a little bit, and in response to the planning approval process with the city of Newburgh, we were able to obtain a zoning variance. We were able to obtain approval from the architectural review, and we were able to finally get site plan approval from the planning board. So the project, from a municipal approval perspective, is now fully approved. So that's one major change. In other words, it's the city has approved the project as submitted. It was improved from the initial design, which was a 6-story building. It was reduced in size to a 4-story building with lofted interior floors, still providing a commercial ground floor and 29 residential units. The configuration of which is still being ironed out. But the exterior design of the project has also been modified in response to comments from the public. We submitted a new application with this new design and configuration of the building, and I think that's the reason why there's another public hearing to discuss this project now that it's been completely approved. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like me to say, or I can share some of the designs. Up to you, Ray.
Hi, if I could jump in, it's Bob McLaughlin. I'm counsel for the IDA. Could you just talk about the request for the financial assistance and the need for it, and what happens in the event the board fails to approve the financial assistance you've requested?
Sure, of course.
Thank
you. The project is somewhat contingent upon the financial assistance that we're requesting from the Newburgh IDA as underwritten with our financial partners, the Community Preservation Corporation, which is our lender, the Orange County Department of Homes and Community Renewal, which is has granted us funding for this project. All expect financial assistance from the IDA to be obtained in the form of a mortgage recording tax abatement, a sales tax abatement, and a pilot for the taxes as submitted in our application. The project is underwritten with that financial assistance, and the commitments that we've received from our lenders, investors, and other interested parties is contingent upon that approval.
And so if the IDA were not to grant the requested financial assistance, what would happen?
It's unclear at this time if the project would proceed. We would seek to find other solutions to continue to underwrite the project. There's a lot of excitement in the community for this project to see the light of day. So we would still try, but it would certainly make.
That's fine. I appreciate that answer. Thank you so much.
Yep.
I would just to add to that, it'd be extremely difficult for this project to go through without this assistance. We've in our model, we look at debt service coverage ratios, looking at what the assessor estimated would be the taxes every year, and we would not be able to meet those debt service coverage ratio thresholds without a tax pilot.
Thank you. And that's it. We'll continue. The notice of the second public hearing indicated that written comments could be addressed to Sharice Vickers, Executive Director of the agency. We received no written comments. I'll now open this up for public comments at 4:43 p.m. When everyone has had the opportunity to speak, I will conclude the second public hearing, and a record of the second public hearing will be prepared and reviewed by the members of the agency in connection with the agency's consideration of the project. I'll now ask if there's anyone in attendance who wishes to comment on the nature and location of the project facility or the proposed financial assistance being contemplated by the agency with respect to the proposed project. Being as it seems that we have no one that is going to comment otherwise, just for the record, I am President Executive Director, Austin Du Bois is President Chairman, Philippe Pierre and Charlie Hooven are representing 104 Washington Street, the project. Also, Gregory Nato, another board member, and Robert McLaughlin, who is IDA counsel. So with that, we will just formally close the meeting at 4:44 p.m. Thank you everyone for attending.